You won't catch Gaia riding dirty. YugiBOOM! Now before we go into the deck profile, make sure you guys check out selloldcard.com. If you have any old Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon bulk that you're trying to get rid of and get some money back for it, make sure you check out selloldcard.com. They offer hassle-free shipping, is risk-free, and you get the best bang for your buck. So make sure you go ahead and check out selloldcard.com. Hey guys, what's up? Abe here, and today I have a Gaia the Dragon Champion deck, or Gaia the Fierce Knight deck, whatever you want to call it. They've been getting support recently in Rise of the Duelist and all that jazz, and now it's cool that they retrained this deck a little bit. Obviously, there's a lot of cards that they could still use, or if they ever want to make it meta, it just needs some other stuff. But for a very casual deck, it's pretty fun. And after doing some research, I thought about making this deck, and maybe you'll see a dual video of it in the future. But anyways, let's get right into the deck profile. And now, for the beginning of the deck, we're obviously going to be playing 3 Gaia the Magical Knight. See a lot of profiles where they only play like 2 of this card, but I feel like this card is really important because you get your Cursed Dragon out from hand or graveyard, and the Cursed Dragon then gets your spells from the deck. That's why I want to max out at 3, because it's your main way to get the Gaia or the new Magical Knights out. So that's why I played at 3. It's going to be your normal summon of the deck, basically, if you don't have the artillery catapult turtle. But yeah, Gaia the Magical Knight, it's going to be usually your starter if you want to get your Gaia the Magical Knights out. For next card, we play triple Gaia the Fierce Knight Origin. Also, this card I've seen a lot only being played either at 2 or 1. I just like playing it at 3 because 1, it's a level 4, so like that way you can just have some kind of normal summon out there. And the other thing I like about this card is that when it's during the battle phase, you can banish it and you target a Gaia the Dragon Champion. I think it's a Gaia the Dragon Champion. You just target a monster on the field whose current attack is different from its original attack. Its attack becomes its original attack. So this is a good way just to get your attack back on your Gaia the Dragon Champion. So that way, or your Gaia the Magical, Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons. That way you can keep using his effect to pop and gain attack and all that stuff. So let's say you exhaust all his, he gets to 0. You can use this to get him at least back to 26. So that's why I like playing him. Playing this at 3. It's just a good way just to keep recurring that effect. Now we get onto the dragons. There are a few dragons we played. So I played triple Curse of Dragon, the Cursed Dragon. So this card, when it's normal special summoning, you get to add a spell and trap that specifically lists the Gaia the Dragon Champion in its text. So with this card, it's really important because it gets your Spiral Fusion. If you need to get a Galloping Gaia the field, you can. But usually you're going to be going for the Spiral Fusion, or if you already have Spiral Fusion, you can get the Spiral Reborn, so you can summon back your Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons from the graveyard, just to have something out. But yeah, this card is really important. Also, his second effects are pretty cool too. Like I said, with this deck, you're gonna want to go second, but when it's sent from the field, when it's sent to the graveyard, you can negate the effects of all your opponent's monsters who have less attack to the Gaia the Dragon Champion you have on the field. And Gaia the Magical Knight counts as Gaia the Dragon Champion while it's on the field. So, and it comes out to 52 if you use a Spiral Fusion. So it basically negates all your opponent's monsters. So that's why we use it. We have it at 3 because we want to see it. For the other level 5 we play 1 Curse of Dragonfire. So the one reason why I play this card is, 1, it can pop a field. So if your opponent plays fields, it helps out with that. But second, it's also like a poly. It's kind of like a poly in its effect, is that you can fusion summon using itself and other monsters as fusion material. So let's say if you can't get to your Spiral Fusion, but you can summon the Gaia the Magical Knight. Gaia the Magical Knight, and in this card, you can at least go into the Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons. You won't get the effect like Spiral Fusion where it becomes 5200 or it gains to 2600, but at least you can get them out on the field easier. So that's why we play this card. For your other normal summon of the deck, we're going to be playing Triple Artillery Catapulter. So this card's actually really good, not just for this deck, but any level 5 dragon deck. I'm probably going to, if I ever update Heretics, I might add this card in there, just because you can summon any level 5 dragon from the hand or deck. And sometimes Heretics have that problem to get their Heretics on the field, so then you can start tributing to special and stuff. So it's just an idea for you guys out there. But yeah, this card just helps just to get either if you have your Curse of Dragon, or if you have your Curse of Dragon in your hand, you can summon out the Gaia, so then you can summon out the Curse Dragon, or vice versa. If you have a Gaia the Magical Knight, you get to you can summon at least your Curse Dragon, so you at least get a Spell and Trap. But usually you want to summon the Gaia Knight just because it can get out the Curse Dragon from your hand easier. So that's usually the play I go for. But other than that, Artillery Catapult is just really good because it contributes itself as well. Now for the next few cards I added in the deck, instead of just running hand traps, I decided to add these cards. So the only reason why I added these cards was because sometimes when you do, because with the Gaia the Magical Knight, you get to summon it from hand or grave, your Curse of Dragon, and your Curse of Dragon is a dark. So instead of always having it in your hand, you can summon it from the grave. So in thinking of that, or of that thought, with that thought in mind, I decided to add some Chaos cards for this simple reason. Because the Curse of Dragon is a dark, so you can then add, you can use Chaos Space, you send the Curse of Dragon, you add a BLS, the regular BLS, and if you can Spiral Fusion into your Gaia the Magical Knight and your BLS, that's already over 8,000. So depending what your opponent has and stuff, you can at least game your opponent. So for the first Chaos cards we play, one white and one black dragon, just because they're, if you have Chaos Space in your hand, these cards just go in tandem with it really well. And also if you just need to get that free body on board, they're also there as well. Because your Magical Knight is a light, and then your Curse of Dragon is a dark. So you can also use those for fodder to summon. And then for the next Chaos card, we play one Chaos Creator. This card's really well because once you banish your light and dark, which is your Magical Knight and your Curse of Dragon, and let's say you banish your Gaia the Fierce Knight Origin, the level 4 guy, you can bring him back with Chaos Creating to put stuff back in the deck. So that way you can keep searching. So that's why we play the Chaos Creator in the deck, just to help recycle a little bit. And then for the last, we play double BLS just because you can summon it in this deck. And yeah, it's just a really, just to get basically 4 attacks out on the field if you use your Spiral Fusion to get out your guy, the Magical Knight of Dragons. And this guy basically becomes 4 attacks on monsters. Or you can use BLS as your way to banish something your opponent controls. If, like say, it can be destroyed by card effects or something. You can use it to banish that, and then you can attack other monsters. Because Gaia the Magical Knight, it can attack twice, but it has to be on monsters. So you just gotta be wary of that. So this is good, just get rid of maybe that one monster that can't be like destroyed by card effects or something. That's why we play this. Or if let's say they don't, your opponent doesn't have that, you can use BLS to get rid of your opponent's monsters. So that's why we play those Chaos cards in this deck, just to give the deck a little extra oomph. And you don't always just have one Gaia the Dragon champion or whatever it's called onto the field. Alright guys, now we go onto the spells. For this deck, since we don't really care about the extra deck too much, we just worry about summoning our Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons. We play Triple Pot of Extravagance. Like I said, usually you're going to want to summon your Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons. So we play Pot of Extravagance, because we don't really, as long as you don't hit your Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons, you're good to go. And Pot of Extravagance is just basically like a free draw too. And then for the next spell, we're going to play Triple Gateway to Chaos, because it can search out your Gaia the Fierce Knight monster. So let's say if you already have your Curse of Dragon, you can get your Gaia Magical Knight out. And it sucks that you can't search out the regular BLS with this. It has to be a BLS ritual. But that's fine. We usually just use the Gateway to Chaos just as a way to get our Gaia the Fierce Knight monster. And for the next field, we play the Triple Galloping Gaia. This card's good because if you have the Gaia, you can add a Curse or a level 5 dragon, Or the other way around, if you have a dragon, level 5 dragon, you can reveal it and add a Gaia the Fierce Knight monster. So usually the best thing is to have the Gateway to Chaos. You activate it, you get your Gaia monster, you activate this, and then you reveal your Gaia monster, you add the Curse of Dragon. And you just go from there. So having both in hand just really helps start the combo, or the way to summon out the Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons. For your fusion spell, you play triple Spiral Fusion, so you fusion summon a Dragon Fusion from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. And if you special summon Gaia the Dragon Champion by this effect, it gains 2600. Also, it can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. The thing that really makes this card good is that it gives a 2600 attack, so that way you can at least summon your Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons, and you at least can get 1 pop during the main phase. So that's what it's really there for. And then every time the Gaia the Magical Knight, well, we'll get there, but every time the Gaia the Magical Knight destroys a monster by battle, it gains a 2600 attack. So it can get really big. He can get even over 10,000. So if you play your cards right, you can get him to get real big. But Spiral Fusion is going to be the main spell you need to summon your Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons. And then for the Chaos, we play triple Chaos Space. So this card, like I mentioned earlier, is really good with what I was saying earlier, that you can send your Curse of Dragon, you add a BLS, and then as long as you have your Gaia the Magical Knight, you can summon it, you get him out, get out the Curse of Dragon from the grave, you summon the Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons, and then you can summon out BLS, and that's over already 8k. So yeah, Chaos Space just really helps facilitate that. And Chaos Space also, like, you can banish your baby dragons, or let's say your Chaos Creator, you can put them back and you draw one. So it's just a good way to draw another card. For the 1-ofs, I play 1 Spiral Spear Strike. I thought I had more, but I guess I only have 1 of this card. This card's good just in case you do not have your Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons. You can always use the Sky Galloping Gaia, or the Sky Galloping, what's his name? Sky Galloping Gaia, the Dragon Champion. So in case you banish your new guy, you can summon the old one, and this just helps to draw cards and things like that. So just a cool card. Like I said, if you don't really want to play this card, you don't have to, but it's just there more for the nostalgia. For the 1-of spells, the power spells, I don't play too many, just a couple. I just play Monster Reborn just to help out, and then 1 Regeki because we don't like having big boards, and then 1 Harpy's Feather Duster to, get rid of back row. Back row will hurt this deck, and also if your opponent has a lot of negates and stuff. For the traps, we only play 3, so I play double Spiral Reborn. You can play 3 if you like. I just like 2 because we play another trap in this deck that's just more of a bluff. But yeah, Spiral Reborn is just good because you get back your, as long as you summoned your monster the right way, you can bring him back with Spiral Reborn, and then it can be destroyed or targeted by card effects. So that always helps out, and it just can stay out there for a while. So that's why I like Spiral Reborn. Kind of reminds me of like the Red Eyes Reborn card that they had, the trap one. It's kind of the same thing. And for the last trap we play 1 Waking the Dragon. This is just more of a bluff card because if your opponent doesn't really want you to reborn stuff back with the Spiral Reborn, you can have this out. You can set this, and that way your opponent can destroy it, hopefully, or get rid of it, whatever it is, and you have to summon out stuff for free. And we'll see that in the extra deck. And now we go on to the extra deck. So we're obviously going to be playing triple Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons. So his name becomes Gaia the Dragon Champion while on the field, and then you can only use each of the following effects once per turn. During either main phase, you can target one other card in the field. It loses 2600 attack, and then you destroy it. So like I said, with the Spiral Fusion, you can get them out to 52, so you can at least pop 1 thing, and that way he still has attack. Or if you want to just destroy all their stuff, then it can get pretty big. It can be 52, and then it can be 78, and then it could become 10,400. So play your cards right, can get it to 10,400 after just 1 turn. And then you can start popping stuff if you like. Then the second effect is when this card destroys a monster by battle, you can make this card gain 2600 attack. So that's the way it keeps getting the attack. And yeah, it's just a really cool card. It's great that they retrained the Gaia the Dragon Champion. And yeah, your opponent's going to be having a real hard time trying to get around it. Well, not really. It's a really easy monster to get around, but nonetheless, very nostalgic. For the next fusion, we played Triple Sky Galloping Gaia the Dragon Champion. I was finally waiting for this card to get cheap, and it finally got cheap enough for me to buy because it was always hella expensive. But then it got cheap, and I got it just for this deck profile. This is just more of another card you can play instead of if you, let's say, banish your Gaia or you already went through all your Gaias. And yeah, it's just a cool card. It gets your Spiral Spear Strike from the deck. And yeah, that's what really is there for. And for Awakened Dragon targets, it can be anything you want, really. I just decided to put whatever's more oppressive. So we play 1 Ultimate Chicken, 1 Red Edge Dark Dragoon, because you can, and it doesn't have to be fusion summoned. You won't get his pop effect, but you can at least still get his first effect, where you can be targeted destroyed by card effects, and also you can negate stuff still. And then 1 Naturia Beast. Like I said, it could be whatever you like if you want to play Waking the Dragon. I just put Beast just because if you want to stop any spell heavy decks and things like that, so that's why Beast is in there. But it could be anything else you'd like. If you want to add in like Nova or Makaba or just any other good, like, not easy summonable extra deck monster you can if you like. I just picked these just because it kind of covers all the bases. And now we go on to the links. For the links, like I said, with the extra deck, you don't really need much. You just really need the Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons. So this is just cards I decided to throw in just because it helps with the fusion, or they're just really cool cards. So we play 1 Isolde. We just play Isolde because a lot of stuff is warrior. Not everything is warrior, but a lot of stuff is warrior. So it can help out search if you really need to. And yeah, that's really what we use it there for. And then the next card we play is 1 Ferocious Flame Swordsman, because it's just a cool little card you can use, and it just helps out warriors. 1 Proxy F Magician, because it helps with fusion summoning. And second, you can summon out Artillery Catapult Turtle with this, so that's why we played it in the deck. For the access code package, 1 Phoenix, 1 Unicorn, 1 access code Talker, because if you're able to link climb, these are kind of the best ones to summon off with links. But that's it for the deck profile, you guys. Let me know down in the comments how you like playing your Gaia the Dragon Champion deck, Gaia the Fierce Knight deck, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and make sure you check out our social media, our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, to stay updated with us. And make sure you guys check out selloldcard.com for any of your bulk selling needs. If you want to get rid of your Yu-Gi-Oh bulk, Pokemon bulk, whatever it is, selloldcard.com got your back. So make sure you check them out. Like I said, it's called selloldcard.com if you need to get rid of any of your old bulk. And this is Abe signing out.